Hey folks, Tony here with TNT RVing, and today I wanted to share with you how Tina and I use our Honda EU2200i inverter generator. The model that we have is a companion generator, and the reason I'm making this video is I wanted to share with you how Tina and I will use it when we're traveling and we end up spending a couple, 2-3 evenings at a club or something, and we need to run this generator for a long period of time. And I wanted to show you some of the mods I did and what I did to make it easier for us to use this setup. So I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer and show you what we have. All right, so here's our generator. And what I like to do, I made this platform out of some scrap lumber I had. I like to keep it off the ground just in case we're ever in an area where the tall grass or what have you. Of course, our adapter plug for the generator, along with this plug here that I made. And what I did was I just simply ground the neutral to the ground. So I made a little jumper wire inside of this plug here. And the reason for that is you plug this into the generator on this side here, and that will allow our EMS to kind of monitor what the generator is putting out and using. Most of the time I don't even use this for the generator. It's not really necessary, but that's one of the workarounds for if you so choose to use an EMS with an inverter style generator. So some of the other things I wanted to share with you. I travel with a 5-gallon safety can. And like I said earlier, Tina and I will go to a club for a tournament or something, and I need to run this generator for a good length of time, a couple days or so. So I actually have 2 of the 5-gallon safety cans, and I also have this device that I made. And what I did, here I'm going to show you this cap here. So this is actually made by B.E.R.G system, and it's a cap that fits the generator along with this quick disconnect fitting here. And you simply put this right on there, take the cap off, replace it with that. And then on this line here, I have a fitting that will attach to that. And then what I did was I have this dip tube essentially, along with the little primer bulb, and I'll just feed that into the 5-gallon tank. So what's nice about that is it allows us to just simply switch out the fuel can and then with a new one, and then just keep chugging along. So I wanted to share with you the fuel line here. And what I did, I had a piece of copper tubing and I threaded the end of it, and I have a cap that I found. It's a 7/16 wrench that I used to pull the cap off, and this other end has a quick disconnect, so no fuel leaks out of that end of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this all ready to start up, and I'll get back with you. Alrighty, so we have everything hooked up. We got our fuel system. I put our power adapter on along with our little ground to neutral jumper in here, and the reason for that, once again, is so our EMS will be able to recognize that everything's hunky-dory with the generator, and it'll allow it to do its job. So let's go ahead and fire this up. We're gonna go ahead and make sure that the eco throttle mode is off, and choke. We're gonna turn our choke on. The power here is on the side here is on, and easily fires right up. One nice thing too, this eco mode, go ahead and turn that on, and it just throttles down nicely, and we can talk and actually have a conversation. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and plug Bell in now, and simply just put that together there, and when Bell is demanding all sorts of power, the generator will ramp up as needed, and we'll be in good shape. So let's go inside and I'll show you some different appliances there and what their power usage is. All Alrighty, so we're inside Bell here, and I have my phone. This is kind of neat too. This is a Bluetooth, so it actually will communicate with the generator, and it indicates what the current amp usage is. So currently we're drawing about an amp and a half, almost 1.4 amps, and the reasoning for that is going to be our refrigerator that's on currently. And who knows, maybe it's charging up the battery or what have you. But currently we are at 1.4 amps. And first up, let's make some popcorn. I've got the microwave here. Well, we'll just set this right inside here. And we're gonna hit the popcorn button. And let's see what happens here. And start. So you could hear the generator ramping up there, and we are currently at 13.24 amps. So as you can see, our red line here is going to be at the 15 amp mark. So we're doing all right. Putting a little bit of load on the generator, but no problem, it can handle it. So we'll let that go for a little bit. Alrighty, so the microwave is off now, and we're back down to the 1.3 amps, and there's our generator. And what we want to do is we're going to turn the air conditioning on. Let's go ahead and turn that on. I like to keep the fan speed at low, and what we're going to do is we'll drop that down to, let's say, 73 or so. And let's take a look and see what happens when that starts up. So here, I'll bring that up over here, and you can hear it just kicked on. And now we got an initial 5. Now we're going up to 10.6. And if you notice that the way that increased there slowly, that's because we have the Microair Easystart. I'll post a picture of what that looks like, and maybe even a link. And that thing is really slick. It allows the air conditioner to turn on without having that huge initial usage of current. And really, the generator probably wouldn't be able to support that if we didn't have that Microair Easystart. That's what the current load is when we're running the air conditioning. And boy, that feels nice. It's getting kind of warm out. Alrighty, so that was the microwave and the air conditioning and the usage, the current usage there. So let's let this cool the unit off a little bit more, and let's see what else we can do. Alright, as you can see, the generator's still chugging along there, and we are currently, let's see here, at 12.6 amps. Air conditioning's running, but I am actually craving a cup of coffee. So let's see what we can do to make ourselves a cup of coffee. First off, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take and shut the air conditioning off, and you can hear that it just throttled down, and our current load, all right, now is dropped down to 1 amp. So 1.1. Let's go over to the coffee maker here. So we have just the single serving Keurig, and let's see what'll happen there when you turn this on. We got water in the back here already, and we'll stick this in here, and I already have my creamer in there. Let's see, and watch what happens when we go ahead and get this process going. So it's going to pump that water out, no big deal, not too much current, but wait until we get that heating element heating up that water. And that was room temperature water, by the way. Let's see what happens there. And you can hear the generator ramping up. That's 12 amps. Pretty amazing how much current a little coffee maker uses. So as you can see, if we're going to make coffee while we're boondocking, we are going to have to shut off our air conditioner or microwave and that sort of thing. So it's just using those appliances separately is all that's needed there. So we'll let this coffee brew, because I'm actually in the mood for a cup of coffee. Let's see here. And that heating element just shut off. Now we're going to be pumping that hot water out of there. All right, let's recap. We did our microwave. We can run our air conditioning. Of course, our coffee, which is still brewing and almost done. Finishing up on that. Well, let's take a look and see what happens. How about we want to get the little romance going here. We're going to turn on our fireplace, that heating element in that fireplace. Get that morning chill out, and there's the current load on that. That's 12.7 amps. So, and it's putting out some nice heat actually. So sometimes in those early mornings where it's a little chilly, we need to turn this on a little bit and get that chill out of the air. So our Honda generator is doing a great job, and it's not too heavy. So let's go ahead and we can shut that off. We can see how that load just drops off of there, and the generator just quiets down. So, all right, let's, I don't know, we could maybe even turn on the TV and stuff, but we don't really, that's not going to be too much of a draw. Let's try it though. It's 1.2. Oh, we'll turn on the radio as well. Add it on.
Into the fourth month.
Alrighty. So you can see it's quite minimal. And we have the television on along with the radio, really, you know, 1/4 amp or so. So not a huge deal. Alrighty, so here's another thing I wanted to share with you. As you can see, the generator's there, and we have our phone right here as well. Another nice thing is, say we are you know, late at night, we're comfortable, we don't need the air conditioning, we want to save some power, some fuel. What we can do is just simply hold this button down and we can shut off our generator. So that's kind of a neat feature as well. Well, there you have it, folks. The Honda EU2200i Generator and how we utilize our power in B.E.R.G. As you can see, we can actually run all the appliances. We just have to do them separately, which isn't a huge inconvenience for our travels. So I hope you found this video helpful. And if you haven't already subscribed to TNT RVing, I'd appreciate it if you did. And as Tina would say, we'll see you at the campground.